Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande. Gauranga. Shri Mayapur, Navdeep Mandal Parikrama will be done right now and virtually. Apnar seva korte chai ami for Bengali devotees, and I also wanted to say that I hope everyone knows about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's Lord Krishna himself as Radharani, in the mood of Radharani, and he has appeared in this world in Sri Mayapur in Navdeep Mandal in Navdeep Dham, and today we're going to visit that place online. Virtually, we're going to visit Navdeep Dham. I hope everyone is ready. First of all, I would like to ask, does anyone know all the 9 names of each of the islands? Mataji, you can say. Okay. So, I think Mataji knows the answer. And Mataji, she's raising her hand. You can give. Next.
Antardvip, Simatadvip, Godramadvip, Mathimadvip, Holadvip, Rutudvip, Janadvip, Madhumadvip, and Rudradvip.
A big Haribol for Mataji. So for who don't know all the 9 names, here's a very easy way to remember all the 9 names. So just remember 3 sentences. A super gore morning. It's a good morning, but then in Mayapur we don't have good morning. It's all gore. Everything is Goranga. So a super gore morning. Krishna Rama Mantra. Jai Radhe. Just remember these 3 sentences. So first of all, a super gore morning. A. Antardvip. S. Super Simantadvip. G. Godrumadvip. M. Madhyadvip. Krishna Rama Mantra. K. Krishna Koladvip. Rama R. Ritudvip. M. Modrumadvip in mantra. Jai Radhe J R Janudvip and R Rudradvip. In this way we can remember easily. So does anyone remember the 3 sentences? Anyone can raise their hand? Who all remembers?
Krishna Mantra. Jai Radha.
Very nice. A big Haribol for Mataji. So like this, we have memorized all the 9 names of the islands. Now let's go into each one of those islands. Okay?
Slides, I can. You can walk.
What?
You want me to change the slides? You can walk.
No, it's okay. Haribol. Now, first of all, for us ISKCON devotees, when we enter into Navadvip, the first place we go is to our rooms, get freshened up. We have to be ready for the whole parikrama, and we start from our camp, where Prabhupada's warriors. We start from our battle camp, but now we are doing a tour. now the Mandal Parikrama. And we start from our camp, and that's ISKCON. That's in Sridham, Mayapur. In Navdeep, the center, Antardweep, we have Mayapur. So for us, we start at Mayapur. And in Mayapur is the glorious, huge, wonderful temple of TOVP, the temple of the Vedic Planetarium. Here, it's almost complete, this beautiful temple. If you go to Mayapur, you can see this. The exterior is complete, and one of the domes, you can see 3 domes. One of the domes is covered in this photo, but then there are 3 domes. The main dome, we have Sri Sri Radha Madhava, Panchatattva. Panchatattva is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur, and Gadadhar Pandit. So we have Panchatattva, and we have in our original temple, we have Narasimhadev also. But then in this new temple, when they are going to be shifted, in the main dome, we are going to have Radhamada, Panchatattva, and Acharyas. All the Sad Goswamis, Srila Prabhupada, all of them on the altar. And then you might think that Narasimhadev is now left out. Where is he going to be kept? Are we going to leave him back in the old temple? We have a separate dome for Narasimhadev, complete dome only for Narasimhadev, because he's a special deity there. So he has a whole special dome, and I'm glad to announce that this year the Narasimha dome, the Narasimha wing has been opened. The interior has been 98% complete, and it's been opened. And if you come to Sridham Mayapur, you can visit this dome of Narasimhadev. It's very beautiful and amazing. And I hope everyone can come to Sridham Mayapur, Sri Navdeep Dham once.
I बहुत थोड़ा शांत रहिए.
Okay, so we have the 9 islands: Antardweep, Simantadweep, Godramdweep, Madhyadweep, Koladweep, Ritudweep, Modramadweep, Janudweep, and Rudradweep. So where should we visit first? Where do we have to go first? Okay, let's go to Antardweep. Antardweep is a place of Atma Nivedanam, complete surrender. Now you might wonder, what is Atma Nivedanam? How is it linked with Antardweep? If you remember in the first slide, the previous slide where I showed you, each dweep had a specific icon.
हरे कृष्णा. सभी भक्तों से निवेदन है कि आप थोड़ा शांत हो जाइए, नहीं तो इधर कथा हो रही है, कोई सुन ही नहीं पा रहा. छोटे बच्चे हैं तो आप माता जी को कृपा करके नीचे लेके जाइए उनको. हरे कृष्णा. Sorry.
So each of these islands is connected to Navavidha Bhakti. Navavidha Bhakti is the 9 processes of doing devotional service to serve Lord Krishna. So first is Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana. We have heard that famous sloka of Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Padasevana, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivana. So each one of these 9 processes of bhakti is most prominent in one of these 9 islands. In this island, it's best to do this, and this is what is supposed to be done. It's most prominent. This process of bhakti is most prominent in this specific island. So in Antardweep is Atma Nivedanam, complete surrender to Lord Krishna. In Antardweep, you completely surrender to Lord Krishna. Now, before we go to Antardweep, you can see each one of these dweeps has each one icons. Each one is showing each one of the process of bhakti which we are supposed to do. So you can see Antardweep is Atma Nivedanam, Simantadweep is Shravanam, hearing, Godramdweep is Kirtanam, Madhyadweep is Smaranam, Koladweep is Padasevanam, Ritudweep is Archanam, Modramadweep is Vandanam, Janudweep is Sakyam, Janudweep is Dasyam, and Rudradweep is Sakyam. Now, does everyone remember each one of them if I don't show you the slide? Which is how it's linked. If you cannot, then you have to remember one sentence. Ask Srila Prabhupada for a very delicious sandesh. Can everyone repeat? Ask Srila Prabhupada for a very delicious sandesh. So first we take the first word, ask. A-S-K. So ASK is Atma Nivedanam, Sakyam, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Atma Nivedanam, Shravanam and Kirtanam is ASK, ask. And it's connected. So first we learned a super Gaur morning. So that's Antardip, Simantadip, Godrumdip. So ask, ASK, Atma Nivedanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam. That's how you link it. That's how you can link each of the processes. Then Madhyadvip. Madhyadvip is Srila Prabhupada, SP. That is Smaranam Padasevanam. Srila Prabhupada, SP. Ask Srila Prabhupada for Archanam, Ritudvip. Very Bandhanam, Modrumadvip. Delicious, Dasyam, Janudvip. Sandesh, Sakyam, Rudradvip. So you can connect each one of the islands with each one of these now with the bhaktis. So ask Srila Prabhupada for a very delicious Sandesh. Does anybody remember? For a very delicious Sandesh. The only word which you don't use here is for. Everything else is used. And ask is each letter, A-S-K. Srila Prabhupada is S-P and everything is just the first letter. So, actually I'm not going to ask you now. At the end of the whole presentation, let's see who all can remember every of the 9 islands with the Bhakti. So, we'll go to Antardvip. Antardvip is the beautiful land of where Antardvip is the center island of Navadvip, where ISKCON is situated. ISKCON is situated here in Antardvip. Can everyone just close your eyes and imagine you're in Antardvip and you can see ISKCON there, and you can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his associates dancing and doing kirtan through the streets. And everyone can you just close your eyes and try to take in that smell. There are many mango trees, lychee trees, and there is Radha Madhava covered with sandalwood paste. You can try to smell that sandalwood paste. You can try to bring in the mood of Mayapur here. Okay, now we have 6 prominent places in Antardvip. Janamsthan is our first place. Janamsthan is a very, very important place in Navadvip Mandal Parikrama. When we do Navadvip Mandal Parikrama, we start with Janamsthan. We go there for Adivas. Just the day before the Navadvip Mandal Parikrama starts, just that evening we have lecture, katha, we understand about Navadvip Mandal Parikrama here in Janamsthan. We go there. Janamsthan is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. Can anyone tell me what was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's childhood name? Nimai. Why is he called Nimai? Amazing. He was born under a neem tree, and that same neem tree is still there in Janamsthan, where he was born under. And if you look closely in the picture of Janamsthan, you can see a lotus tree. This is actually the base of the neem tree. It's not the whole picture of the neem tree, it's just that base, the below part of the neem tree. So let's go into Janamsthan, see what's in Janamsthan. So this is the base of the neem tree. That's a shalagram, and this is the lotus feet of baby Nimai. Usually lotus feet are like big. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. If you go to Puri and you visit Alarnath temple and all, there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Big lotus feet. This is baby Nimai's lotus feet, small. And these are some pictures. This is big. In Mayapur, it's locally called as Yoga Peeth. Janamsthan is called as Yoga Peeth, and this is the temple there in Yoga Peeth. And here in Yoga Peeth, you can see below the water, that's called Gorakund. It's said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to take bath there in this kunda, Gorakund. Finally, you can see over here, That's baby Nimai in his mother's lap, and that's his father nearby. Can anyone tell me what is the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's parents? Sachi Mata, correct? And Jagannath Mishra. Haribol, so everyone knows. Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra. We got there, you can see these deities of baby Nimai, Sachi Mata, and Jagannath Mishra. Very beautiful. Now, next place. Does anyone remember the Panchatattva? Who are the 5 people in Panchatattva? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Pandit. So this place is where Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Pandit, and Advaita Acharya stayed. Wow. Three in one combo. In the same compound, 3 of the Panchatattva were staying there. So let's look into it. Here we have this deity which is in the middle is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Acharya. Who is sitting is Advaita Acharya, and then there's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this deity is showing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in front of Advaita Acharya due to his request. Now Advaita Acharya was very, Advaita Acharya was very anxious on what's going to happen. He appeared here in Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga was horrible. People who think they're enjoying extremely right now, their age is decreasing. And you should go into maybe ISKCON Chaupati dramas, ISKCON dramas. You can see so many, all kinds of problems in Kali Yuga. And Advaita Acharya, seeing all of this, he was suffering because a devotee loves everyone. He sees Krishna within each and every person. So Advaita Acharya was suffering by seeing other people suffering. And from where he was staying here in next to Srivas Angan. From his house, he used to do puja every day for Shalagram. And I heard in a lecture once it was a Narasimha Shalagram which he had. One of the Shalagrams was very important. That was a Narasimha Shalagram that gave him the power to roar like Narasimha. He used to cry out, Gauranga, Krishna, come down. What are you doing there in your world? Come down, everyone is suffering. You promised you will appear in Kali Yuga. And finally Lord Vishnu had to come down, saying, this is Advaita Acharya to keep on screaming. Vishnu is always sleeping on top of Ananta Shesha. And now he's so angry that Advaita Acharya keeps screaming from there. If we scream, not even the next house might hear. Advaita Acharya was, his sound vibrated through the whole universe. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu promised Advaita Acharya to appear soon. And like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had appeared in Kali Yuga. And Advaita Acharya, it said that Advaita Acharya was born 40 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born and went back after 40 years, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went back. So he stayed for a very, very long time. So you can calculate almost around 120 years because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was here on the earth for 40 years. And Advaita Acharya was born 40 years before that and disappeared 40 years after. So next, this is the deity in Srivas Angan. This deity, in between you can see a mridanga. I couldn't get any other photo which is, they don't allow photography and all that there, so you can only take photos which have been taken by officials and all of that. So it's been covered by yellow cloth, but then without the yellow cloth, if you go there and see, it's actually a broken mridanga. Inside there's a big hole. Now, who broke the mridanga? This is Panchatattva with a broken mridanga. And that mridanga was broken by Chand Kazi. There was a Muslim ruler called Chand Kazi, and he used to attack Srivas Angan. Because of so much kirtan going on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go to Srivas Angan's house, to Srivas's house, and he used to do so much ecstatic kirtan there. And every night he used to do kirtan for a long, long time. And one day, Chandkazi's soldiers came and they started disrupting the whole kirtan. They started injuring all the devotees, and and they destroyed the mridanga there. So that's why this place is also known as Kola Bangar Danga. Means the place where the Kol mridanga was broken. And so you can see Panchatattva and the mridanga over here. Jai, Shivasangan ki jai. And now this is Gadadhar Bhavan. Gadadhar Bhavan is where Gadadhar Pandit stayed. Can anyone tell me who is Gadadhar Pandit? Radharani. Very nice. So Gadadhar Pandit used to stay here when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing kirtan. He used to come over for kirtan. And this is the beautiful deity of Gaur Gadadhar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radharani. That's Gadadhar. So that's like pretty much Radha Krishna, you know. Gaur Gadadhar. Jai. Next is Chandrasekhar Bhavan. Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. So there are many Gaudiya Maths in India, in Mayapur, many Gaudiya Maths. And this is one of the most prominent Gaudiya Maths because the founders are Srila Prabhupada's Guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. His samadhi is over here in Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. And in Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, you can see on the left, the picture on the left is the samadhi of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Samadhi is where after a devotee disappears, he is kept into samadhi. His body is kept underneath the earth, and this is samadhi built over there. So this is the samadhi of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Jaho. This is the beautiful deities there in the Chaitanya Gaudiya Math called Gandharvika Giridhari. Gandharvika Giridhari is the person who lifted Govardhan, and this is Gandharvika Giridhari, Radharani and Lord Krishna. Beautiful deities. And this is the samadhi of Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Anybody know who knows who is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj here? Someone from back. Yes, no? Yes. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Guru Maharaj. So, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Guru Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he was, Jaho Jai. The Lord wanted to hear about Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was very amazing. He was, Namo Gaur Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambar Sambodhes Padambujete Nama. Namo Gaur Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye. He is sacrifice, he is sannyasa, renunciation personified. He was so renounced. He didn't want any material pleasures. He used to sit under a tree and always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There's a story. A man, he was very broken. He had he owed a lot of money to his friends and all. And he came over to, he saw Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj doing his bhajan here. And he's like, please help me, bless me, give me some good fortune and all of that. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj just lifted his hand and many of his friends came and sang all kinds of stories. And then his business started, getting so much profit. And he believed, oh, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj lifted his hand. And I became so fortunate, I got so much money. I became so rich. And then later on, he used to come to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj again and again, and he used to be, in Malayalam, we say Sopidal Fai. He used to be like, oh, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, please come with me. I want to serve you. I want to, massage your feet. Come with me. I'm very rich now. I have a home. Or there, I'll give you red velvet bed and, beautiful silk cloths. Why do you have to sit under here, under the tree? With no shelter, no food. Come with me. I can serve you. And then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was saying, do you want to serve me or do you want me to be with you? Because Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was creating a lot of good fortune for him. And he believed, oh, if Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is in my house, and every day he does this onto my head. I'll keep getting richer each day. And then, Gopikrishnan Babaji Maharaj then said, fine, if you want to really serve me so bad, you can stay with me under here in the tree. Serve me every day. You can massage my lotus feet. We can go for madhukari every day. We can beg for some food, for some money, and then we can come back. You can stay with me. He ran from the place back to his home. Gopikrishnan Babaji Maharaj, he was very fragile, but he held him so tight. You can stay with me. Stay under this tree. But then he jumped out and then he ran back to his home. So this shows how these materialistic people. But Gopikrishnan Babaji Maharaj was never tempted by all of these pleasures. He could have stayed with him. There were so much opportunities. He was never tempted by any of these material pleasures. And he used to laugh at such people, saying, Maya's agents have come. Next, we have Murari Gupta Shripat. Does anyone know who's Murari Gupta? Anyone? Back? Yes? Yeah, he was a doctor. He used to treat Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's stomach aches after he fed him. And yeah, he was Hanuman himself. Murari Gupta was the incarnation of Hanuman in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. And Murari Gupta was very selfless. He was so, and he always used to do service, and he always wanted to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Ram. Only Rama is coming from his mouth. He is not able to chant Krishna. He was so devoted to Rama, Hanuman himself, he was not able to chant Krishna. He was just chanting Rama, Rama, Rama. Meditate on Krishna. He's seeing Rama. He's seeing Krishna, but he's seeing Krishna with a bow and arrow. He's seeing Krishna fully green. He's not able to meditate on Lord Krishna. And this is where he stayed, Murari Gupta Shripat. This is very close to Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, the previous place. You just have to go there, go right, and there's the small road, and you'll reach Murari Gupta Shripat. Beautiful place, Murari Gupta Shripat. And you can see the deities of Lord Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman were there. Murari Gupta's deities. And over here in this temple, there's a very special water. It's connected to a pump, and then there's a tap. You open the tap, and then this water. The story behind this water is once Murari Gupta was able to sense that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is soon about to leave this world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to end his pastimes here. And then he started thinking, I don't want to be in this material world when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not here. He was thinking like that, and he wanted to, and he decided that he's going to end his life tomorrow. So he went, first thing he went to Bamanpukur, nearby market. He went and he bought a knife. He went back home and he hid it. And then he called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch feast. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there, and then first thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said when he came inside was, give me the knife. I said, what knife? The knife you bought from Bamanpukur. What do you mean? I need to cut vegetables, making feast for you. I'm not going to cut using my hands. If you're so scared that I don't know how to use knife, you can cut yourself. Then give me the knife. But I don't have any knife. I was going to plan to buy, or I was thinking, make some simple kanya kachdi, something, with no cutting or something. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like, okay, just close your eyes. Murari Gupta closes his eyes and he immediately opens, and he sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walking towards the place where he hid the knife, opens up all of that. And then Murari Gupta, oh, that knife. I forgot I had it. I bought long ago, but I need that. I have very important schedule tomorrow. Cutting vegetables, very service. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, saying, ever again, if this thought comes that you want to end your life, I will end my life too. No. Take the knife, go home. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what about feast? You called me for feast, I want to eat the feast. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then comes to eat the feast. And then he has the feast. And he keeps on eating. And then Murari Gupta keeps on feeding him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, see, I've become a sannyasi, I'm not like before. I'm supposed to eat less. And then he keeps on feeding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eats a lot. And then finally, after all of this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu complains to Murari Gupta. You fed me so much and now I'm having a stomach pain. You're a doctor, right? You need to cure me. And then Murari Gupta says, the well over there is very special. You drink the water and everything will be cured. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu drank from that well and all of his stomach ache, everything was cured. So it said that even now if you go there, there's a well and there's a tap connected. You drink that and all illnesses will be cured. So you can imagine you're in Murari Gupta, Sripat, you're over here, you're walking up, you have taken darshan, and then you're going towards the tap and drinking. Imagine the water going down your throat. Jai. Next is Nandanacharya Bhavan. Nandanacharya Bhavan is a very beautiful place next to Ganga. Nandanacharya Bhavan is the house of Nandanacharya. Bhavan means house, and it's the house of Nandanacharya. And Nandanacharya Bhavan is where Nityananda Mahaprabhu stayed when he came from Ekachakra. Nityananda Mahaprabhu came from Ekachakra. He was born in Ekachakra, and then he came. It's quite far from Ashwinavadi. It's like I think 5 hours or something. And then he came from Ekachakra. He used to travel a lot, and Nityananda Mahaprabhu stayed here. One day, immediately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a dream. And then next day he woke up and he told all of his associates, I had a dream that a very divine personality is over here. He had the mood of Haladara, the person who has the Hala, Balaram. And I want to meet him. He's over here somewhere in Navadip. And then he sends all of his associates to find them. They go here and there, they don't find him finally. They don't find anyone. They even went to the highest of Brahmana's house. They went to the lowest of Mlecha's house. They couldn't find anyone. Then and they came back. Chaitanya said, go again, find him. And then all of them leaves, trying to find this person. And the Tavada, he finally, they come back, they're all tired, they don't know what to do. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, okay, now you come, I'll show you where it is. And then he starts walking straight to Nandanacharya Bhavan. And then he goes inside the house of Nandanacharya. And there he sees an Avaduta, a drunkard, Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Mahaprabhu is an amazing devotee. He's fully pure, but then he doesn't show anything. It's as if he's, he shows as if he's a materialistic person and he's not, so spiritualized. He was covering his identity. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu indicates to Advaita Acharya and Srivas Thakur, they start reciting a sloka from Bhagavatam. Baraha Pidam Natavarapaho Karnayoho Karnikaram Bhiprat Vasaha Kanaka Kapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Randaran Menor Adrisaya Pura and Gopavrinda Vrindaranyam Sopadaramnam Prasad Gita Kirti. And then when they're reciting the sloka, it's about Lord Krishna. He's having the yellow garment with the flute. He's so enchanting. And when he starts saying that, Nityananda Mahaprabhu starts dancing and showing all kinds of devotional symptoms. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so happy, he was able to reveal Nityananda Mahaprabhu's identity. And this is the first place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Mahaprabhu met. The first place. These are the deities there, Nandanacharya Bhavan. Haribol. Now next, final place in Antardweep, Ganga Ghat. Mother Gange, Jai Gange! This is the deity over there in the temple of the Ganga Ghat there. And Mother Ganga is very merciful. She immediately destroys all of your sins. Doesn't mean you can do some sins and come back and swim and go do some sins, come back swim, go do sins, come back swim. You're hurting Mother Ganga now because every time you're accumulating more and more sins for her. And then Let's see Ganga Ghat. It's a very beautiful place. Ganga is there all over in Mayapur. It said that when Ganga first hit came down from Vaikunta, and King Bhagirath was taking, they went through Janudvip. We'll go to Janudvip soon. And then a pastime happened there, and Ganga split into many parts, dividing this place into 9 islands. That's how it became Navadvip. So Ganga has changed over the years. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, it was more into the land, and there's a lot of variations at that time. And Mother Ganga, we can see many. You can also there are so many ghats over there where you can visit. You can, and most of the dweeps, for example, you are in Antardweep. If you want to travel to Kola Dweep, you have to go through a boat. There's this ferry, all of that. And there is Ganga Puja, twice in a month, thrice in a month. There's Ganga Puja, the big Ganga Puja, and then they wear pujari big lamp. They do puja for Ganga Devi. Very beautiful. Yeah, and this is Jalangi. Jalangi is a tributary of Ganga. It's on the other side of Antardweep, in the backside towards. And if you cross from Antardweep, if you cross Jalangi, you reach Godrumadweep. So most of these islands are connected through water. So you need to transport through water if you want to connect to these places. So Jalangi, one more thing I wanted to say was is also it's Jal Angi, means Jal means water. For Bengalis also, Jal is water. Angi means body of water, body. So this is a Devi whose body is made out of water. So that's Jalangi. Jalangi, and over here in this picture you can see Ganga and Jalangi. On the left side, the more whitish, brownish, little more muddy is Ganga, and on that side, the more bluish, blackish is Jalangi. And you can see that point, Jalangi, and that's the confluence of Jalangi and Ganga, where Jalangi and Ganga meets, and it's opposite colors, white and black, over there. So second, where do we have to go? Next island, Simantadweep. Simantadweep. And what do we do in Simantadweep? What is the Navadvip Bhakti? Shravanam, Hari Bol. So Simantadweep, Shravanam. Over here, Simantadweep is non-different from Jagannath Puri. Simantadweep, there's this area called Rajapur, which is a hill. It's a 3 kilometer upward hill, and this area is non-different from Jagannath Puri. And there's a big story on how a demon attacked Jagannath Puri long ago. And Raktabahu, his name was Raktabahu, he attacked. And Jagannath was to take for safety, but the Pandavas took Jagannath from Jagannath Puri till Navadvip. They went upwards from Orissa to Bengal. Oh. Okay, so the first place we need to visit in Simantadweep is the Samadhi of Chand Kazi. There in the Samadhi of Chand Kazi, there's a tree. So does anybody recollect who is Chand Kazi? We have told in this presentation somewhere from back, not yet. Anyone from back can remember who is Chand Kazi? Yes? Muslim ruler. Very nice. So Chand Kazi was a Muslim ruler over there who attacked Sri Rasangan, who broke the Mridanga. And he was extremely pure devotee after that. He was 100% pure devotee, and there's a big story on that, how Chand Kazi was converted to a devotee. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard that this Mridanga was broken by Chand Kazi, he took all of his devotees, and it was said that 1 million devotees gathered that day, and they marched to Chand Kazi's house, and they screamed, "Kazi, come out!" And then Chand Kazi, he sent all of his ministers, and then his ministers, "You're the ruler. You just 2 days ago you just broke the mridanga and all. You showed so much bravery. Why are you so scared now?" And then he said, in my dream, a half man, half lion came, scratched my back, and said, "If you dare disturb my Sankirtan again, I will tear each one of your bones and grind them, and I will use them as toothpick." And then he was shivering there. He didn't know what to do. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu breaks through and goes to him. And already he's so kalangified by this Narsimha Dev, half man, half lion. And then now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and again shows Narsimha Dev. And then now he starts having flashback. He just saw this horrifying form, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes back to normal and says, "Okay, let's discuss. I'll talk about Srimad Bhagavatam, and you say why you were disturbing our Sankirtan." And Chankasi was so scared, and then he fell at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he started, again so petrifying, and he said, "I am your uncle. Your ancestors, Babas, neighbors, friend, my grandfather knew him, what's his name again? Yes, he's correct. We're so, connected. We're relatives. I'm your uncle. You should not harm me." So you see, you've scratched all my back. Very bad. Okay, what else? Okay, let's sit down. Let's discuss. I starts discussing, and he starts understanding, and he gets purified. And thus he becomes a devotee. Next is Rajapur Jagannath temple. I told you, it's non-different from Jagannath Puri. This place is a place, if you go to Mayapur, you need to sit there for a whole day. Even if you don't have time, you want to visit all the 9 islands in a rush. I would recommend stay there for one day. Take in the mood of Rajapur Jagannath temple. It's very amazing. First go there, eat prasadam, then take darshan, and then stay there, do kirtan, all of that. So that's Rajapur Jagannath. Next is Kolavecha Sridhar's hut. Anybody knows who's Sridhar? Kolavecha Sridhar? Banana seller. Kolavecha Sridhar used to sell the flowers, core of the banana, all of that. And Kolavecha Sridhar was a very dear devotee. You can take one more hour of lecture on just Kolavecha Sridhar, because he's such a important devotee to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to love spending all of his time with Kolavecha Sridhar. One thing I've heard from one of my friends in Mayapur was the importance of Kolavecha Sridhar. If you think about it, in a day of Brahma, Krishna himself appears only once. Otherwise, it's his expansion, Lord Vishnu, who appears. And because of that, it's more comfortable. Hare Krishna. Creating suspense on Kolavecha Sridhar. Hare Krishna. Okay. So back to Kolavecha Sridhar. Kolavecha Sridhar ki. So Kolavecha Sridhar, he was so important. When I was saying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself appears only once in a day of Brahma. Now, how much is one Kali Yuga? We live 4 lakh years. So we live up to maybe max 100 years, something like that. We can't even imagine about what's going to happen 4 lakh years. Double of that is Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga. Double of that is Treta Yuga, and double of that is Satya Yuga. Together they are known as a Yuga cycle. And this Yuga cycle goes on and on. And 1,000 of those Yuga cycles is one day of Brahma. Okay. So now we are taking many births. And in this long, trillions, trillions of years, once in that only Krishna himself appears, and there's actually a chance of going back home, back to Godhead. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and teaches on Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Without this mantra, we would, we have to go to the mountains, do some penance. It's very hard. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes only once in a day of Brahma. So it's very rare. Very rare incarnation is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in such a rare incarnation, he's only come for 48 years. 48 earthly years. And at least, even Krishna stayed at least for 100 plus earthly years. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only stays for 48 earthly years. And out of this 48 earthly years, half of his life is spent around in Puri and South India, all of that together. So he's only spent very less time in Navadvip itself. Has gone out for preaching more. And that's his childhood. Very less time of his childhood he has spent in Navadvip. And in a day, in each day of his childhood, he is getting around his morning, his daytime 12 hours around. He's sleeping all the time. In that 12 hours, it said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, around 3 hours every day he used to just argue for one banana with Kolavajasika. The Lord of the Universe appears once in a day of Brahma. And super rare avatar, and for 48 years he's only here. Half of that he is somewhere else. And in Navadvip, he's only here for his childhood, and he's only here every day for 12 hours during daytime. And out of that 12 hours, 3 hours he's spending each and every day for one banana, arguing with Kolavajasika. This shows how important Kolavajasika is. I said this because now I can go to the next. Otherwise, we'll have to take a lot of time to just show how important Kolavajasika is. This made the message clear quickly. Next is Simantani Devi temple and Megarchara. Simantani Devi temple, there's a very important story there in Simantani Devi temple. Simantani Devi is Parvati Devi herself. So Simantani Devi is a very special form of Parvati Devi where one day Lord Shiva in Kailas, he was chanting Gauranga, Gauranga, and he was chanting, and he went completely in a different state, and he started dancing. Now we know what happens when Lord Shiva dances. The whole world starts destroying. Parvati runs and says, "What are you doing? Why are you dancing? Huh? Such a state, you can't even dance then. Why are you dancing? You're not allowed to dance. You'll destroy the whole universe." And then he said, and then she asked, "Okay, first of all, who is Gauranga? Why are you chanting Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga?" And then Shiva says, "You don't know who is Gauranga? He is the most merciful form of Lord Krishna. He has come in Kali Yuga and given the whole of this big devotional service, sadhana, all of that in very simple terms, just chanting, which I'm also not able to do properly. But then he has given it very easily for us to do. And then so Shiva is explaining this to Parvati Devi, and Parvati Devi starts understanding, okay, and then she starts developing the desire to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and she comes down to Navadvip Dham, and in Navadvip Dham she does penance, and she's doing penance there, intense penance. I want to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then finally, this is in Satya Yuga, not even in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears and blesses her on her Simanta. Simanta is the part where the lady's hair. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blesses Simantani Devi, Parvati Devi on the Simanta. That's why she's called Simantini Devi. And that's why this place is known as Simanta Dweep. And second was also Megachara. Megachara is not money, it's just where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing kirtan one day with his associates, and many rain clouds, storm clouds appeared. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and everybody started getting worried. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started playing his kartal. He raised his hand, started playing his kartal, and all the clouds, understanding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's will, started dispersing away. They all left. That's Megachara. So we'll see a couple photos of Rajapur Jagannath. जगन्नाथ की नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्याम जगन्नाथाय ते नमः. If you observe Jagannath's tilak, his tulsi is not exactly a tulsi shape. It's more of a heart. Jagannath's tulsi in his tilak, it's more of a heart. This is during Chandan Yatra, where it's very hot during summers, and so for the Lord they apply chandan, that's sandalwood paste, they apply for Jagannath, and that's called Chandan Yatra, where for a couple of days they do this, and each day there's a different theme. This day must have been a mango theme, that's why there's so much mangoes around. One day it might be a Rama theme, so there will be chandan, and then Jagannath will be painted green with the bow and arrow. So each day there's a theme. This is another picture of Chandan Yatra, Jagannath. This is Kolavech Sridhar's hut. Very small, and if you go there, it's very near Rajapur Jagannath temple. There's a small way through Rajapur Jagannath temple. You can go in a scooter till a point. Then there's some agriculture. Small path, and then you have to walk through the agriculture, where you can finally reach Kolavech Sridhar's hut. Every year during summer we have Navali Mandal Parikrama, where in life we walk to each one of these places, and most of us go by scooter, and we walk to each one of these places, and over here it's very special because in Kolavech Sridhar's hut we have it's our final destination of our Navali Mandal Parikrama, because we do it. Instead of going this Antardesham way, we do it in the other way because it's easier for transportation. And then we end here in Kolavech Sridhar's hut, where we have a drama of Kolavech Sridhar, and in that we finally have many mangoes, bananas, because he is a banana seller, and we throw the bananas into the crowd, and everyone catches the bananas, and then they start eating the bananas. Everyone, you can close your eyes. Imagine you're in Kolavech Sridhar's hut, and you're in front of that drama. And they're taking all these bananas and throwing to you. Try catching one banana. Hari bol. This is Chandkazi Samadhi. This is the tree I told you about, Chandkazi. So his Samadhi was kept here, and then from that a tree came. This is Chandkazi Samadhi. Next is Godruma Dweep. I want to please speed a little more so that we can complete everything in time. Godruma Dweep. Kirtanam is chanting. That's what we do in Godruma Dweep. Most important. And this is just a quote by Bhaktivinoda Thakur about Godruma Dweep. Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to stay in Godruma Dweep. This is where he was staying for most of his life. And Godruma. The meaning of Godruma, Go means cow. That's Gopala, Govinda. Go means cow. Druma means tree, more of a banyan tree. So Godruma Dweep is the island filled with cows and banyan trees. That's Godruma Dweep. It's a very beautiful island. It's full of trees, and if you go through the road, there are these trees which start from here. They go up, and then the branches come fully covering like that. So even in hot summers, it's nice to be in Godruma Dweep. There's a lot of shade. And then like it just goes like that, the trees. It's like it's making a shelter for us. First place in Godruma Dweep, we have Swananda Sukhada Kunja. The Swananda Sukhada Kunja is the name of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. We have names for our houses, Prayag, Anandam, Tara, all of that. There is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house name was Swananda Sukhada Kunja. This was one of the prominent kunjas of Radharani, of the gopis. So this is a picture of Bhaktivinoda Thakur when he was, in magistrate. When he was a magistrate, he was collector, and although he was not IAS and all that time, but then he was collector, the British magistrate, and he used to have a very high post. He used to help the British a lot in administrating for all those places. But then he didn't really like most of the actions. And then he used to be such a powerful controller as a magistrate that even the British had to make a railway line just for him. That railway line is not working anymore. It's called Amghata. There's a railway station in Navadip called Amghata. This railway line was made because of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He wanted to work. He's the one who originally started work from home. He didn't want to go all the way till. He didn't want to be in Kolkata in the office with the magistrate. He sat at home in Sonanda Sukhada Kunja, and he told to bring a railway line there. He should do all his work at home, and then he just used to go train and submit. Come back. So we'll see Amghata soon, the railway station area. Not the railway station, but Amghata, the area. And then, so this is his house, Sonanda Sukhada Kunja. This is the Samadhi of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Namo Bhaktivinodaya Sachidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupa Rupan Gaurade. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, this is the Samadhi of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a very, very powerful Acharya who used to write many books. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur's room, this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's room over here. You can see it more better. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur's room, that's his bed over there, there's his bookshelf, rotating bookshelf. You can rotate it, and then he used to take books and he used to write. This was his workspace. And even now, if you go to Sonanda Sukhada Kunja in Gojamdip, you can see his room. It's very amazing place. You can go there, you can see his room, you can touch, all of his paraphernalia. And there's his balcony from where he saw the vision of Janamsthan. He's the one who discovered Janamsthan. Otherwise, you would not know the exact location where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. He's the one who discovered from his balcony. I can see a lot of people taking notes. Very nice. Don't forget to take notes. This is fun. Next is Surabhi Kunj. Surabhi Kunj is where Surabhi Mata used to stay. If you remember in Gautam Dev, in the first slide, we were showing a quote of Surabhi Mata and all the trees over there of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So this is Surabhi Kunj. Indradev. We know the famous story of Govardhan Leela, where Indradev was subdued by Lord Krishna. Indradev was feeling so bad. No, I'm so brainless. How could I forget? And he was just feeling so guilty, and then he wanted to repent for that. And then he knew that Krishna is super angry right now. If he just goes there, he might kick him in his face. And then so Indradev came to Surabhi Kunj, where Surabhi Mata was staying, because Krishna loves cows. He knows that, and then he was trying to get an emotional angle from Krishna. And then he went to Surabhi Mata and asked Surabhi Mata, "Can you please help me to get me back in Krishna's good books, please?" And then Surabhi Mata and Indradev goes, and Surabhi Mata talks to Indradev, and then finally Indradev comes and Krishna and all that, and then Govinda Kund was made, all that story. So this is where Surabhi Mata stayed. This is Surabhi Kunj, the outside of Surabhi Kunj. Most of these places, photography is not allowed. So if you want to see the deities, come live. But from here you can imagine, virtually you can see, because the fastest thing in this universe is the mind. You can travel anywhere within seconds. And also, mentally, more and more, if we think of Mayapur, we get the same benefit, and we also get the mercy to go there soon. So, Haribo, let's think about that. Next place is, everyone remembers about the railway station, the place Amghata. Amghata, Am means mango, Gata means this place area, where there are plenty of mangoes. And this place is so amazing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates was doing kirtan, Nagar Sankirtan, and he was going. And then all of his associates were feeling tired one day, they're feeling hungry. It's a common experience. All of us, a lot of Sankirtan in the heat, feel very hungry. And imagine, if you're with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, then there's no shortage of prasadam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu puts a stick inside the ground, immediately a tree sprouts up. A mango tree. Not any ordinary mango tree, there's immediately plenty of mangoes. Not any ordinary mango. The mango did not have skin and did not have seed, only pulp. Imagine mangoes like that. Don't drop it, you cannot eat it then. You can just imagine a mango with just pulp and taste it. And it's sweet. So that it beat the taste of heavenly ambrosia. It's amazing. Next is Narsimapalli. Narsimapalli is for Malayalis. It's not Palli. It's Narsimapalli. It's a Bengali word. And Narsimapalli is the temple of Narsimadev. So now, we remember on how the story of Narsimadev. He killed Hiranyakashipu, and all of his hands was bloody red and full of blood. And then he was so tired after all this fighting. And it's also said in some of the Puranas, Narsimadev actually appeared 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when Hiranyakashipu broke. They had a fight for 6 hours. Narsimadev used to play with Hiranyakashipu. He used to, take him, and then he used to play around. Oh, I'm going to eat you. And then he doesn't eat him. He used to play with Hiranyakashipu. Then he used to come back to normal size and fight him. And then he used to do, enjoy for 6 hours. 6 o'clock, he says, okay, time up. And then he kills him. And then he's so tired after all of this fighting, playing, and all of that. Narsimadev then starts flying back to Vaikunta. He starts flying. And on the way, he sees Navadvip below. He's crossing over Navadvip. He appeared in Ahobla, in South India. And then he's flying, and then he sees Navadvip. Then he starts thinking, Kali Yuga, I'll come here to Navadvip. So why not, let's stay here, check the accommodation, if it's nice. For Kali Yuga, you can make sure everything is proper. And then Narsimadev, he says, then I can also cool down. And he goes there, and there's this kund. And then, starts swimming, and then he just, he rests there in the pond, he takes a bath, freshens up. And there's this deity of Narsimadev, and this is Narsimapalli. It's also known as Devapalli, because it said that when Narsimadev came down to take all the devatas were brought in. They said, oh, Hiranyakashipu dead. Having so much fun. And then they were going back with Narsimadev. They were going to Satyaloka. And then everyone was going, Narsimadev was going back. And then when Narsimadev stopped there, they also stopped. And they all had houses there. So just like we have, some Kamat lane, many lanes, that was a Deva lane, full of demigods. You knock on the door, oh, it's Brahma, Indra, Vayu, Agni. So it was a whole lane of demigods in Devapalli. So the deities of Narsimadev, and see, this is a drama done by his known as Lokanath Swami Maharaj, Narsimha Swami Maharaj, Gopikrishnan Swami Maharaj. In Narsimapalli, this is the place, this is the tree in Narsimapalli. Next is Suvarna Vihar. Suvarna Vihar is the ruins of the palace of the Satyuga king Suvarna Sen. Suvarna Sen was the ruler of Navadvip in that area, and Suvarna Sen had everything. He had the perfect happy life. He had money, he had everything. He had a good wife, he had children, he had a whole kingdom, he had power, he had ice creams, everything. He was so happy. But then he started becoming old. And then Narada Muni comes and thinks, people are so foolish. He is living in Navadvip Dham and he has no idea of the importance, nothing. Narada Muni wants to teach him. Narada Muni says, okay, well, there's a problem, O king. When I see your astrology, later on, there's a good news and a bad news. What's the good news? You will go to Satyaloka, you will go to heaven. Wow, I'm having heaven here, I'll go there, heaven, full heaven. And then said, so but what's the bad news? And then he says Narada Muni says, in heaven, you don't have mosquito net and there is so many mosquitoes. I said, mosquitoes in heaven. What do I do then? Then Narada Muni says that, I don't know, you need to think, maybe, you need to think of something. You'll have so many mosquitoes in heaven. You're going to suffer. And he wanted to cry when he heard the word suffer itself. And then finally Suvarna Sen, Narada Muni says, well, okay, fine. You do one thing, you can just take a needle and a thread. Just a needle and a thread. No need to take any money, nothing. Just a needle and a thread, and you can make a mosquito net of your own. And then she thinks, okay, wonderful. That night he has a dream that he's dying. And immediately first thing he remembered, mosquitoes. And then he held on to his needle and his thread. And then he had this dream. He was actually not dying, but he had this dream that he was dying. And he saw his soul was being pulled out. And he's trying to grab that needle and his thread, but then he's not able to hold it. Then it clicked. Arey, if I'm dying, how am I supposed to take needle and thread? I can't take anything while I die. Next day morning, he understood the message. You cannot take anything at the time of death. Everything you accumulate in this material world is gone at the time of death. So then, he wants to know more about Navadip Dham, and then he learns about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everything. And then Suvarna Sen, the rest of his life he was practicing Krishna consciousness, and then he got the darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he served as Buddhimanta Khan. And there's a beautiful deity of Radha Madhav here. And Buddhimanta Khan was the person, he was Suvarna Sen, Buddhimanta Khan was the person who funded Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's marriage. These are beautiful stones, remnants of the palace there in the Satyuga palace. Very special. It's very special. When I went there, and there was this one Brahmachari Prabhu who stays in Suvarna Sen, in Suvarna Vihar. And then he came to me and told me to put your ear on one side of the stone, the long stone you see, one side of the stone. He went to the other side and he started touching the other side with a stone, one more of the stone. He started touching, and it was so amazing. You could hear, such echoing metallic sound. I can't describe it. It's a very special sound which you can hear from the other side. And then I tried it with my mom. She put her ear, and then my dad, he put his ear. And then I started touching. And then first I started hitting it. And then I could hear a sound. I just started touching it, like lightly touching it. And still there was that same sound. It is very amazing. This is a deity over there. This is Sadbhuja, Gauranga. And this is Navadip Mandal Parikrama, where we have drama by Pancharatnam Prabhu. All of them are here to welcome you for virtual Navadip Mandal Parikrama. Haribo. These are the stones that I was talking about. And Jayapatak Swami Maharaj is also here. He's saying, welcome to virtual Navadip Mandal Parikrama. Haribo. Okay, we have 6 more islands. Let's speed up. Next is Madhyadip. What do we do in Madhyadip? Smaranam. Navadvita Bhakti is Smaranam of Madhyadip. So here in Madhyadip is an amazing island. Madhyadip is an amazing island, and there are a couple of places we need to visit there, such as Panchaveni Sangam. 5 rivers, 5 different waters, more right, are meeting there. Ganga, Yamuna. He said that in Prabhupada Ghat, this side is Ganga, and the other side of Prabhupada Ghat, which I showed you first in Antardip, the Ganga Ghat, the other side of Ganga is actually having a part of Yamuna. So it's Ganga, Yamuna, Jalangi, then Brahmaputra, and then like that. This is a 5 river Sangam where they all meet. Next is Brahma Pushkara. Brahma Pushkara, I'll quickly tell the story. There was a Brahmana, and he had this big desire that he wanted to go to Pushkar in Rajasthan. He had this desire, I want to go to Pushkar, I want to go to Pushkar, I want to go to Pushkar. And then but he was very old, he couldn't travel. Next day morning he wakes up and he sees a very handsome, strong man rolling in the mud outside his house. He says, what is this? Who are you? And then he says, my name is Pushkar, I'm from Rajasthan. Huh? You're Pushkar personified? And then he says, yeah, look at this. I can pour water from my hand. And then he's pouring Pushkar water. And then, why are you here? Why would I come here every day? You don't have to come to Pushkar. I come here to Navdeep Dam every day to just touch the dust of Navdeep Dam. Navdeep Dham ki. One thing I want everyone to understand is Navdeep Dam is not different from Vrindavan Dam. Exactly the same. So each one of these islands there are so many connections with Vrindavan Dam, but I'm not able to tell everything. For example, Sachi Mata is Yashoda Mata, and each one of these places we'll go to Modram Deep. Modram Deep is Ramachandra's, where Ramachandra had visited during Treta Yuga. There are so many connections. Next is Naimisharanya. For Malayalis, what is Nimisham? Moment, 1 second, a moment. In Sanskrit also, Nimi means that second, that moment. Sharanya means to have full shelter and get all your sins destroyed. So Naimisharanya is the place where you visit once and all of your sins, all of your bad activities, your bad deeds are all destroyed in that 1 second. So everyone can imagine you're there and all of your heart is being cleansed in moments. Next is Hamsavahana Shiva. Here is also an amazing story of Hamsavahana Shiva. Naimisharanya also we know that is a place where Bhagavatam was being spoken. And Bhagavatam, when Bhagavatam was being spoken in Naimisharanya, here in Naimisharanya in Navdeep Dam, Chaitanya Bhagavatam was being spoken. This glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being told. And Lord Shiva really wanted to hear. And he wanted to come that very instant to Navdeep Dam to listen to that. And he immediately jumped on Nandi and said, let's go. And then Nandi started going. And then he said, not like this, you need to run. Okay. And then Shiva started crying there. Nandi is so slow. And then he thought, what am I supposed to do now? And then he goes over to Brahma and says, I want to go to Navdeep Dam. Quick, please give me chavi, I'll go. I need Hamsa. Bye. And then the carrier of Brahma is Hamsa, the swan. So Shiva borrows Brahma's swan, sits on top of it, quickly comes here, and that's called Hamsa Vahana Shiva. This is the beautiful deity of Hamsa Vahana Shiva. You can see that eye is there and that shape is Hamsa. That's a Hamsa. And lying on that Hamsa is, on top of that is Shiva. It's not so clear. That's Hamsa Vahana Shiva. Okay, Hari Bol. Madhyadev complete. Koladvip. I can't hear. I'm not able to hear. Yes. So, yeah, Panchavini Sangam. Next is Koladvip. Koladvip is Pada Sevanam. You can see all of them walking. So, let's also start walking through our minds to Koladvip. Start teleporting to Koladvip through our minds. Koladvip is, before I want to go towards the places in Koladvip here, I want to also mention that there's a very important place in Koladvip where I forgot to present it here, and that's called Paramatala. Paramatala is a temple of Maya, Yoga Maya and Mahamaya, and there is Lord Shiva. So when I told you the story of Simantini Devi, when Parvati came and got darshan of Chaitanya, she asked, I want some service. I want to stay here now. What can I do? And then Chaitanya says, you can go to Koladeep. Over there you can stay as Paramatala. Be the guardian. So there you can see Mahamaya and Lord Shiva. You can take permission from there to enter Navdeep. Okay? Let's ask, please help us see Navdeep better. Each of these islands better. You can take permission from Paramatala. So the places to visit here in Koladeep, we have Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu is a very important place. Okay, I'll tell the story of Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. I just want the water. So next is Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu is the deity of Vishnupriya Devi, the second wife of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu is a very special deity. Vishnupriya Devi, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas and left home, Vishnupriya Devi wanted to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She asked, she was praying to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please show me your form and please give me a deity which I can worship. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives this deity. This is non-different from the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very powerful deity. And this deity, for 80 years, Vishnupriya Devi was worshipping this deity. And how she used to worship was she used to cry in front of the deity. And what she used to eat for the rest of her life was she used to take a grain from one bowl, chant, and think about Mahaprabhu, and put that grain into another bowl. Like that, the whole day she used to take one grain. Finally, whatever she gets at the end, she only eats that for the whole day. So that was Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu. Next is Samudraghar. Samudraghar is this is a picture of me with the pujari there in Samudraghar. This is the pujari there, and Samudraghar is a place where Samudrasen, the king, was ruling. Who was ruling in Suvarna Vihar? Suvarnasen. Samudraghar, Samudrasen. Okay? So Samudrasen, he was not during Satyuga. He was there during Dwapar Yuga, Samudrasen. During Lord Krishna's time. That time Yudhishthira Maharaj was doing the Yagya, Rajasuya Yagya, to become the emperor, the Chakravarti. And then, while doing this Rajasuya Yagya, he sent all of his other four brothers, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, and Bhima, to all the four directions to rule every single king. And in Samudrasen's direction, east, came Bhima. And then Samudrasen was a very great devotee. Okay? So, for these people who are conquering all these kings, these kings have two options. Either they will surrender immediately. They'll say, okay, I have no problem. Above me, I can keep Yudhishthira Maharaj as emperor. And another option for them is they can battle. So, which do you think Samudrasen would have done? He was a very great devotee of Krishna. What did he do? Surrender or battle? Surrender. Anybody else? Who all thinks he surrendered to Bhima and Krishna? Raise your hand. Who all thinks he did a battle? He battled him. He was a great devotee. Now, why did he battle Bhima? Well, it is very clear. He thought, Acha, if I surrender, then Bhima will just take the letter, he will leave. Done. If I fight, and that too if I fight with full power, Samudrasen was a bit old at that time also, and if I somehow make him struggle, make Bhima struggle, to help Bhima, Krishna will appear. And I can take darshan of Krishna. He really wanted to get darshan of Krishna. So he battled him. And Bhima, one hand, he had the power of 1,000 elephants. Samudrasen still He started battling, and this old man Samudra Sen started beating the pulp out of him. And Bhima started crying there. How is this possible? I've been destroying, I've been killing elephants and huge warriors, and this East King Samudra old Sen is feeding me. And then Krishna appears to help Bhima. And then Bhima is not able to see Krishna, but Samudra Sen is able to see Krishna. And Samudra Sen immediately, he was beating the pulp out of Bhima, and immediately he saw Krishna, he paid obeisances and said, I surrender, and then he leaves. Then Bhima is so confused now, because he is not able to see Krishna. He didn't know the actual intent. So now he's so confused. First, this person is beating, he wanted to battle, he didn't even surrender. He started beating the pulp out of me, he would have won by now, in a few more minutes. I would have been completely destroyed. And just before that, he is surrendering. And whatever. I'm so great, that's right. And then he takes the letter and then he goes, next person. That's Samudragar. Okay, we need to go faster. Samadhi of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Who is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj? Anybody? Confusing. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's father is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur's guru is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj is known as Vaishnava Sarva Bhauma, the chief of Vaishnavas. So, Gaura Avirbhama Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sachana Priya Vaishnava Sarva Bhauma, Vaishnava Sarva Bhauma, Sri Jagannatha Iti Namaha. That's Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. There are many stories of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, but we don't have much time to cover all of that. We need to go further next island. That is Ritudweep. What is done in Ritudweep? I have not written here. Archana. Fine. Ritudweep. This is the picture of Radha Kund in Vrindavan. Ritudweep is non-different from Radha Kund in Vrindavan. Very important. Ritudweep is non-different from Radha Kund. There are three prominent places we have in Ritudweep. Let's go to the first one, that is Vidyanagar. Okay? We have Vidyanagar. Vidyanagar is a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his education. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gangadas Pandit and then he started learning from Gangadas Pandit all knowledge. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he took he first had his pen which he was writing with. After his education, he kept it underneath the soil and a tree sprouted from there, and that tree is this tree which you are seeing. And it's written, this is a pen tree. Why? Because a lot of botanists and a lot of biological people and all came. They tested this tree and they were not able to find an exact species of tree. What kind of tree it is? It looks like a people, it looks like a mango. They're not able to understand what tree it is. What kind of tree it is. The bark looks like this. The DNA shows something else. The leaves show something else. And then, so it is named as pen tree because it came out of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pen. Next, we have Champahati. This is also another big story. Champahati. Beautiful place. Champahati, Hata means the marketplace. Champa means flowers. The Champa flowers. Champahati is where lot of champas were being sold, and Champa, this deity is Gaura Gadadhar, non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit. Why? Because we can see there's an amazing story on Dvija Vaninath. He was staying in this area called Champahati, and one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he met Advaitacharya in Shantipur. Then he took a boat and he started oaring himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to meet Dvija Vaninath. And Dvija Vaninath, so after seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then later on Nityananda Mahaprabhu comes, he was very happy. And he served them so nicely, gave them prasad. And then Dvija Vaninath asked, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, what do you have a desire? Just tell me, I'll fulfill anything you want. And then Dvija Vaninath says, I want both of you to stay here eternally. He says, I come once in a day of Brahma, and then I've come here to do preaching, and then if you make me stuck here, and then I said, no, I want you to be with me. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit, sorry. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit was there, and both of them manifest deities and gives to Dujaniat. And that is the deities over here. That is Gora Gadadhar. Haribol. Next, Radhakund. Here, Radhakund is, well, we know Radhakund is in Vrindavan, but here we have in Mayapur a Radhakund. This is called Ratupura, and well, this is not so famous. Not much people go there, even though if they go for Navdeep Mandal Parikrama, if you go with the actual Navdeep Mandal Parikrama camp and group, you can visit this place. It's called Ratupura. It's an amazing place, and this is a manifestation of Radhakund itself. Next, Modruma Dweep. Modruma Dweep is, Modruma means ecstasy. So much ecstasy. It's a place filled with ecstasy. This island is full of ecstasy. And with ecstasies, there are so many symptoms. Are people faint, people, hair stands on end, and even now some people are fainting because of my boring lecture. People are falling asleep, fainting, and they're in ecstasy. But here in Madhurumudip, first place to visit is Mamgachi. Mamgachi is the name of the area, that is the place which is a grove of mango trees. We have Vasudeva Datta's house. The house is not there anymore, it's just ruins. And Vasudeva Datta, you can read this story. There are a lot of stories about Vasudeva Datta. Each place has a long story. So anyway, you can understand this. It's Vasudeva Datta is a very dear devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Need to go for next. That is Vrindavan Das Thakur Sripat. Vrindavan Das Thakur Sripat is the residence of Srila Vrindavana Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur is very important. Vrindavan Das Thakur is known to be the Vyasadev of Chaitanya Leela. He is the one who wrote Chaitanya Mangal. He was the last and the most important disciple of Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Vrindavan Das Thakur's mother's name was Narayani. Narayani was one of the most intimate associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She was a very small child and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing his pastimes. And then Narayani Devi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one day fed this Narayani Devi prasad and said, chant Hare Krishna. And then immediately, spontaneously, she started chanting and showing ecstasy. Narayani Devi grew up and her son was Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur was a very important devotee for us. I can show you the pictures of the deities. Vrindavan Das Sripat means his birthplace, the place where he stayed is Sripat. We saw Murari Gupta Sripat. So, yeah. This is the deities over there. Next we have Siddhabakul tree. So, you can read the story again over here. Everything is written here. But we'll have to go quickly. So, you can quickly go through this. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the tree was dying. A bakul tree was dying. And then hugged it. And even now, it's completely hollow. Malayalam polla. It's fully hollow. And still the tree grows and nothing happens to it. It's completely, fine because it's still blooming, there are still flowers, leaves. And that's biologically impossible because a hollow tree, because inside the tree is the xylem phloem, all of the things, without the inside part of the tree cannot create leaves, it cannot blossom. But even now this hollow tree has leaves and blossoms. Next is Saranga Murari's house. Saranga Murari again is a big story. Saranga Murari is a very dear devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Saranga Murari to have a disciple. Saranga Murari promised that the first person I see in the morning, I'll initiate him. He goes to Ganga. The first body he sees is a dead body in the Ganga. He sees a boy, a little boy, and he saw a snake bite on the boy. So it was Bengali culture at that time to put small children who have died out of like the snake bite. They put on a banana leaf and drift them in Ganga. They don't and then Sarang Morai takes this boy, the body of this boy, and chants and gives initiation to the dead body. And then he leaves it there, and this boy comes up and starts chanting, "I'm initiated." Oh, you're back to life. Okay, come sit down. I'll initiate you. Probably, and then he starts chanting, and then he brings this boy back to life, and then he initiates this devotee, and this boy then later on becomes bigger devotee, and then this big story is fully connected to a whole different place. So we'll anyway need to go to the next place, that is Janudvip. What do we do in Janudvip? What is Navadvita Bhakti there? Dasyam. So Janudvip, we have Dasyam. For now, people will be confused. Dasyam and this picture, how is it connect? There is a whole story in Janudvip that is about Bhishmatila. Bhishmatila is a very important place where it is connected. This story is connected to another story. It's connected to another place in Janudvip. So this story is about Janumuni. Does everyone know who is Janumuni? Okay, but there's a very great saint Muni called Janumuni. Janumuni was staying in Navadvip, in this place called Janudvip, and he was staying there, and he was chanting, he was doing his penance, all of that, he was doing his austerities, and then Janumuni was happily doing all of that. And then one day, does everyone know the story of, who all knows the story of Ganga being brought down by Bhagirath? Raise your hand. Ganga was being brought down by Bhagirath. So not much people know. So quickly, in short, Bhagirath's ancestors were killed because they offended Kapila Muni. They were burnt to ashes, and for them to be cleansed, he had to bring down Ganga from Vaikunta, and then it was brought down. So Bhagirath was walking, Ganga was coming behind. Bhagirath was happily walking. Yes, my ancestors is going to be purified. And he walks. He turns around, no more Ganga. He's so shocked. Where did Ganga go? And then he traces, he goes back, and then he sees Janumuni. And the Janumuni burps. Janumuni drank the whole Ganga. The Ganga which was so his ancestors did penance for, and all of them died. And finally did so much austerities, and finally she appeared, and she had to be held by Shiva. Janumuni drinks the whole Ganga in one sip. Why? Because Ganga accidentally, while she was flowing, she took the Ashman cup of Janumuni, and Janumuni got so angry, he drank the whole of Ganga in one sip. And then Bhagirath, he was little brain. He would be like, why are he started first doing service, wanted to please Janumuni. He was serving Janumuni for 7 days in Janumuni's ashram over there, and from the ear of Janumuni came out Ganga again, and she started flowing again. That's why she is known as Jhanavi, the daughter of Janumuni. That's why she is known as Jhanavi. And Ganga or Jhanavi was then flowing, continuing with Bhagirath, and the day when Janumuni drank Ganga, and she became the son of Janumuni, the daughter of the Janumuni, is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the appearance of Jhanavi. So Janumuni, so this past time had happened. So technically, if you look at it that one way, Ganga is the daughter of Janumuni, and Janumuni, so that's Jhanavi. She was married to Shantanu, and Maharaj Shantanu's son is Bhishma. So Bhishma is the grandson of Janumuni. So Bhishma, after a lot of his, he becomes older and all, he comes to Janumuni in Navadvip to Janumuni's ashram, and then he stays there and he starts learning from Janumuni lot of Shastra, and he also learns about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Janumuni. And then on Bhishma's deathbed, when he was on the bed of arrows, Bhishma told all of this information, all this knowledge to Yudhishthira Maharaj, and including the knowledge of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is Bhishma Tila. This is also Bhishma Tila, and these are a couple of devotees in Bhishma Tila giving lecture. This is Lokanath Maharaj speaking about Bhishma Tila. You can imagine, you're in Bhishma Tila in Janudip, and you're with all the devotees. You can imagine the tasty prasad. Everyone must be hungry also. I need to finish fast. You can taste feel the tasty prasad there with the devotees. This is the tree of Janumuni. This is where the Janumuni ashram was. This is the ruins of Janumuni ashram. Next is Rudradweep. Rudradweep is an amazing place. What is the Navadevata Bhakti in Rudradweep? Anybody? Sakyam. Correct. This is the beautiful deity of Madan Gopal. Madan Gopal stays in a place called Belpukur. Belpukur is an amazing, beautiful area, and this Madan Gopal is an extremely beautiful deity. Very gorgeous, perfectly carved, and it was carved by Vishwakarma. That's what the Pujari there says, and then I've not heard it anywhere else. But Madan Gopal over here is the deity of whom? Anybody knows? Who worship the deity of Madan Gopal? Neelambar Chakravarti, the grandfather of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grandfather was worshipping this deity of Madan Gopal, beautiful deity, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to visit this place. This is where Satyamata grew up with this deity. And Neelambar Chakravarti was an astrologer. He's the one who predicted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu future and all of that he's going to start Sankirtan. And this Belpukur Madan Gopal temple is amazing place because it's the grandfather's house, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grandfather's house. And we all know our grandfathers are very merciful, more merciful than our fathers. Grandfathers, they won't beat you, anything wrong you do, oh lala, it's okay, don't do this again. Grandfathers are very merciful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, anybody who comes to my grandfather's house and acts like a child, rolls in the mud there, rolls in the temple there, I will cleanse all of their offenses for 1 year. Every offense they have done that year, I will cleanse all. Now there's a difference between offenses and sins. Who knows that? Offenses are, for example, aparadam in Malayalam. It's we're offending someone. Like we're offending that person. And so there's Vaishnava aparad, there are many kinds of aparads. So all of sins are all the bad things you do. You're not offending a person. That's offenses. And offenses are very hard to cleanse. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you take a bath in Ganga, all your sins is cleansed. Aparad is very hard to cleanse, and this aparad will be cleansed there. So imagine all of you are in Madan Gopal temple, and you're rolling there in the temple, and all of your aparad is being cleansed. This is an amazing. This is the lotus feet of Madan Gopal. You can take darshan. And Madan Gopal key. This is Rudradweep. This is the Madan Gopal temple. This is pretty much it for Rudradweep. This one main place in Rudradweep. That is Madan Gopal temple. There is also Gopinath Gaudiya Math there, if you can visit there too, where Shankaracharya, I think it's Gopinath Gaudiya. There's a Gaudiya Math there, the Rudradweep Gaudiya Math. And that Rudradweep Gaudiya Math is where Shankaracharya came to Navadvip. And he started spreading Mayavada philosophy. And that day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I'm here to give you darshan. Hare Krishna Shankaracharya, I'm the one who told you to come here. Now get out of my land. You can come to earth, you can spread it all around you want, but not in Navadvip. Bye bye. And sends Shankaracharya out. But then that's where Shankaracharya got darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shankara Gaudiya Math. But this anyway, Belpukur, Very beautiful place, and there are many stories that happen there. And I would like to end with one amazing story in Belpukur, Madan Gopal temple. That is every year, like we are doing now the Mandal Parikrama right now, virtually. Now the Mandal Parikrama happens in summer, and every year people walk to each place, and then at night they put camp. So in Belpukur is where they put camp for that night. Belpukur, they have camp there, they sleep, and then the next day morning they continue. Summer, it's so hot, like 40 degrees, but then no rain happens at that time. But then every year, when the Nadi Mandal Parikrama reaches Belpukur, heavy storms. It destroys all the tents. Every year it increases. Every year, the day they reach Belpukur, there's a storm. That time Japataka Swami Maharaj was also very healthy, and he was also during he was coming with the Nadi Mandal Parikrama, and this Belpukur, the tents were all destroyed one day. Again they did Nadi Mandal Parikrama, and this time they had, it was in such an extent they had to put iron rods and all of that to make sure the tents don't collapse on people, and many of the people got injured. So many things happened that night, and Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was very morose. He was very sad why this is happening every time in Madan Gopal temple. He asked the pujari there, and the pujari said, "Well, look at the deities." And when he went to the deities were drenching. It was just a small little hut, like a small, and the deity had no, ornaments and all. It was, the deity was drenching. All the water was leaking. The next day morning, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was feeling so sad. Next day morning, he called for Bhagavatam lecture, and then he calls everyone in Mayapur, come to Belpukur. And it's a big crowd. He gives 2 hours lecture just on Belpukur. We're finishing Belpukur right now. And he gave a lecture 2 hours just on Belpukur, on Madan Gopal. And he was trying to stress that we need to help this temple. And that day itself, he got lakhs. And he built this temple for Madan Gopal. And now every year it's improving. First, when I went there to Madan Gopal temple, it was okay. There was tiles and all of that. And there's no garland. No, you can see here there's a flower garland. When I first went there was a gamcha instead of flower garland. Gamcha is torth, a towel. Instead of flower garland, there's a gamcha. And then I was thinking, well, maybe Madan Gopal wants to go to swimming or something. Why is he having a towel? Later on, after a few months, when I again visited Mayapur, there was a flower garlands and all of that. They were more better. Next year, when I came, there were many people, villagers coming and doing kirtan. Then after a few months, I again came to Mayapur. That time there was an audio system. Everything was set in Madan Gopal temple. Then nowadays, every Purnima there's a big festival. People are buying sweets and bringing to Madan Gopal, and there's so much more improvement here in Madan Gopal temple. Hari Bol. Gauranga! Gauranga! To end, anybody who likes to recall 9 islands with now with the Bhakti? Anyone can remember all the 9 islands in that order with the now with the Bhakti? Yes, bro? Anybody remembers? You can raise your hand. You told start here. Anybody else wants to try? Nobody else? Nobody remembers. A super Gaur morning. Okay, you can try.
Super God morning.
Hey, you can have this.
Super God morning. Jai Krishna Rama mantra. Jai Radhe Krishna.
There are they.
Jai Radhe. So A for Antardweep. A super S for Simantadweep. God morning. G for Godrumadweep. Morning Matram Dweep. And J Janvi Deep.
Madhyadeep, then we have Krishna Ram mantra.
Krishna Rama mantra. So K for Kola Dweep. Then R Ritu Dweep. Mantra Godruma Dweep. Jai Janvi Dweep. Jai
This,
Ritu Dweep.
no, this Rudra Dweep. Anyone wants to try Navavidha Bhakti? Haribol, big clap. Anybody remembers the Navavidha Bhakti? Anyone? Ask Srila Prabhupada for a very delicious sandesh. I would like to try. Try, Prabhu. Anyone? Yes.
Semantadri is hearing Shravana.
Yeah.
Also, is
Ask. ASK.
Vikram. Then Pandit, that is
Srila Prabhupada. S.
Smarana.
Smarana.
Then what's the next one? Krishna. Kuladvi.
Holodev. Srila Prabhupada. P. Padasevanam. Correct. Ritudvip. For Archana.
Then Vandanam. Vandanam is
Krishnarama Mantra. Modramadvip.
Vandanam. And Janudvip is Dasyam.
Dasyam.
And the last one is Satyam. That is Kuladvi.
Ritudvip. Haribol. Yeah. To end, I would like to do a kirtan on Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We'll have just a little bit one mantra and then Hare Krishna. Namah Krishna Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pakshatyate Shatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, I'm going to recite a sloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is Adi Leela, first chapter, second sloka. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Adita Gaudadaye Pushpabanta Chitra Santa Tamonuda Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodita Gaudadaye Pushpabanto Chitra Santo Tamonuda Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodita Gaudadaye Pushpabanto Chitra Santo Tamonuda Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodita Gaudadaye Pushpabando Chitra Santo Tamonuda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodita Gaudadaye Pushpabanto Chitra Santo Tamonuda. Jai. Finally, I would like to thank Guru Gopal Gaura Prabhu. I hope it's right. Guru Gopal Gaura Prabhu. Gopal Gaura Guru Prabhu for this opportunity. I'm very grateful to him so that I could serve all of you by bringing Mayapur here. It was very wonderful. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And if I made any mistakes during my presentation, please forgive me. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Gauranga.